Alright.
Business as usual here, even with the prince gone MIA.
The information blackout will only last for so long. We need to find a lead soon.
Agreed. We'll need to give this place a thorough look.
Alright. There's one more place that we can check right now. Which is all the way here. An Imperial Chronicle. We meet one of my favorite NPCs in the entire game is here, I believe. Yeah! Yeah, the siblings are here! Well, if it isn't Class 7. She's the voice of Neptunia, by the way. I had no idea you were in the capital. We weren't expecting to run into the two of you here either. Oh, is this a bad time? Everyone here looks so really busy. Don't worry about that. I was just in the mood for a break anyway. Besides, there's no better to get to Hotskits than talking to you, Reen. Although I'm guessing your sister will have plenty of goss to share too, being the student council president and all. Oh, I wouldn't be so sure about that. Oh, I am definitely asking you to interview at some point, Ash, so keep an eye out for that. I think we all know what that will be about. Can't we just drop that? Yeah. I think that's one's gonna stick with you. Hooray. I think we made it you stand long enough. There's some chairs for meeting, like over there. Why don't we go sit down? You don't mind me asking, what brings you here anyway, Lynn? I thought you were doing your residency over St. Ursula. I am, technically. Finishing up at the branch guy, I started another year starting Crossbow. While I was in Heimdallr for a training session, Crossbow got occupied, so here I am. That'll explain it? So, obviously, she decided to come spend some time with her favoriteest little sister in the whole wide world. He's helping us clerical work as a part-timer right now. I don't know who's older or younger, but it doesn't really matter. Well, ain't your company's a bunch of bleeding hearts? Wait, well, if even they say no, I was just gonna make her pretend to be me. Either way, I win. That sounds very illegal. Still, I don't think anyone saw this coming. The former Governor General suddenly declaring himself Supreme Leader of Crossbow. What a shocker. The craziness you saw when you came in here trying to get a special issue ready about it all. Still, it's somewhat strange how little the general population has been reacting to the news. Everyone seems shockingly calm. I've been getting that impression during my time in the capital, too. I imagine it's due to the part that no one is able to communicate with anyone over in Crossbow. Maybe that lack of immediacy is keeping the reality from the situation from sinking in. Has the Chronicle conducted any opinion polls on the issue? We sure have. I gotta say, I was surprised by what the people thought the Empire shouldn't be in light of all this. By the way, this is off topic. Shout out to Miss Melissa Fon, voice of these characters, and also the fact that she voices Silverwolf and HSR. But anyway, most people respond that we should try to avoid any major conflicts. This is somewhat surprising. Given the recent history of Ereboni, I would assume more people would respond to more belligerently. Maybe people are finally just sick of war. That would be my take as well. Battle of Jormungand may only have lasted an entire day, but the economical reparations of mental and those who were conscripted cannot be ignored. It's taken half a year of us to get to the point where life's finally starting to go back to normal too. Well, of course, that's just your average Erebonian's take on the issue, not the government's stance. Neither the government nor His Majesty have cleared things up on that front yet. I tried asking the military for a statement a few times, but no dice. Not that I'm not surprised by it. So thanks for the info. I have better grasp the situation, and you're very welcome. Now then, Reen, hot scoop shorts. Why do you tell me about your your investigation? I mean, don't play dumb. I know all about it. You do? Did they ask you to assist with the search, Phoebe? Not quite. I first caught a little fellow reporter a little while back. It's just a rumor at that point, but I got it right to work when I corroborated. I hit up every source from other reporters to fellow, like dumb alumni, like Ito, Fee, and Monk. Eventually, Major Clara realized I was hot on the story. And let's be real, at that point she didn't really have any options other than reaching out to me herself. So that's how I know. From anyone else, before you would surprise me, but from you, Vivi. Information was shared with me too, but I'm helping Vivi out. Unfortunately, I don't know any more than you do yet. Yeah, but if you catch word of anything, you'll be the first ones to know. So give us a call if you catch word of anything yourselves. Alright, will do. I remember having to, like, literally report to her and just say, "Sup, Green? Now, let's see, I'll send you your rewards." He was like, "Ooh, nice." So it's like, bruh. That is total Neptune voice on purpose. Devs knew what they were doing.
Didn't realize how much I was hurting.
I'm like this, I was remembering how handy it was to access route and stuff. So either getting info from a little easier when we got in touch with remotely know where we are. Now I wonder how Guys is doing back in Nord. It's reassuring to see that Lynn's here, even if it's sheer chance. Or that Rex, though. I haven't heard from him since he left to take photos of Sarah when the EDF appeared. Knowing that he's running around snapping pictures like his life depends on it, he's probably fine, but still. Oh yeah, Rex was in Crossspell, too. Alright. Now that that's done in this district, maybe we can move on to the next one. I believe we can go to Dreikel's Plaza. Which is the middle of Heimdallr. Northumbria. I'm hoping we get Northumbria characters in a future game. For those wondering, there are no, like, familiar Northumbrian characters in the anime that's in this game or Curl. Just having you know this because, like, I actually did my research. So don't be surprised, guys. Like, if you're looking for some Northumbria characters, I'm just gonna have to disappoint you.
The Emperor and Empress must be worried sick.
Princess Alfin has tried to put on a brave face at school, but deep down...
The sooner we can find them, the sooner everyone can rest easy.
Right. Let me know what I can do to help.
Emperor Dreikel's Race Arner. Dreikel's being the focal point of this game, or the Cold Steel series, of how it really starts. Alright, we're gonna fish right now. Fish right now.
I see some fish swimming around. It's my turn!
Numbers up!
Engaging. Line cast. Bite detected. Heavy tension on the line. So I thought.
Carp?
Line cast. Bite detected. Heavy tension on the line. It's a big one.
There we go, that's all we need. Alright, next up. Meeting Millium these two! Yeah! Useless and Millium.
That was so good!
The return of them.
Alright, we can officially cross Dreikel's Plaza off the list. I'm ready to hit up the next spot.
There's no need to be in such a rush. How do you still have space in your stomach for more?
You insult me, Jusis. I need to try all the capital's mouth-watering morsels. I can't throw in the towel this early.
I'm glad she's
You
back
need to sample
normal.
them all without eating more than your body mass in one sitting.
Says you. I'm still growing. I gotta eat.
Growing up has less to do with regular consumption and more to do with acting like an adult.
Oh, hey guys.
Useless Alberea and Millium Orion.
Counter-argument to that, by the way. If you want me to start acting like an adult, then you've got to start treating me like it. How's a girl supposed to feel big without being called a big sister?
Counter-argument to your counter-argument. That makes no sense.
Yes, it does. Don't be mean.
They are truly sister. I didn't expect you to come this early. We were going around gathering info when he happened to just see you here. At least wanted to help us out too, so that's why she's here. I'll do my best not to trouble you. I don't think there's any chance of that. You'll be a fine help. Heh, if you need anything, just lean on me. Thank you, I will. I think anyone can tell Elise is going to be a more reliable asset than you here. Rude. Hahaha. Seeing that the salt together takes me back to that summer festival. Yeah. Was that only a few short months ago? Feels like so much longer. I imagine Jusis saw what Rufus is doing coming here. Has to be weighing heavily on himself. At least he has Millium to help take his mind off of it. Yay! Come on! Give Big Sissy some love. Please remove yourself from around my neck. But we haven't seen each other in forever. It's barely been 2 weeks. That's a whole 2 weeks! She whines, but she's not trying to escape. That just how always is with them now. Hey, do you want to try some gelato or ice cream from one of the stalls? I'll treat you. Milk ice cream is super rich and tasty. I'll pass. I need a room for lunch. You're never gonna go any bigger if you only eat the bare minimum, Tilly. I gained another reach on you since our last update. At this rate, you're gonna need heels to get anywhere close to my height. Then again, I am older, so maybe I've earned it. I'll take 1 ice cream cone, please, with 5 scoops. You're allowed to take 3 scoops maximum. I'll just take 3, and I appreciate if you made them as big as possible. She really doesn't want to lose this thing they've got going on, huh? Anyway, were you guys just scattering intel or just on a date? We're not standing idly, and we are not certainly on a date. We've been looking into the goods in the capital. Explain why you're visiting multiple shops and stalls. What have you learned then? Well, it seems like lots of groups buying stuff in bulk lately. All kinds of stuff too. Food, orbits, and it's like they're getting ready for something. That is unusual. I could get panic buying in response to Crossbow's occupation, but lately implies before that. Yeah, well, the war is over, and winter's still far off. Can't be stocking up for the weather. The buyers themselves are suspicious sorts. We started looking into them in detail, discovered they were startups or foreign. They all appear to exist in name only. That only adds them to the mystery. Oh, you're already done with your ice cream? Was it good? Well, yes, I have to admit that. We're not here to discuss ice cream. If the buyers exist in name only, can we be dealing with a case of fraud? Exactly no. Transactions are legitimate. The sellers received their money and the goods were dispatched. Other significant mystery is that there is no record of where any of these goods ended up. The intelligence division has tried tracking some of these orders. They just get forwarded all over the place, like disappearing along with the other orders like this. They may have had better luck if they were marked an order from the moment it's placed, but alas. Right. By the time where they realize they're dealing with another one of these, the transaction's already long done. So do we think whoever's doing this has gathered all the stuff they need by now? Probably. As dudes, we are being dealing with some very skilled criminals. Perhaps the Reborn Liberation Imperial Front? I can't even say it right. Is hoarding supplies? What is it? Nothing of worthy of note. I just wonder if perhaps maybe lead to Crossbow's new Supreme Leader instead. Well, it could. I just cannot fathom why my brother would be so foolish. I thought he finally learned his lesson. It makes no sense to me either. I have known him for that long, but even we were both Ironbloods. But after we beat him in the 404, he just seemed pretty much done. I think we're under the same impression. That is very weird to know why he would suddenly decide to take Crossbow out of nowhere. Either way, speculating on what he's trying to do serves us no purpose in the now. Regardless of history, be sure to right his wrongs as his brother. I'm sorry you're going through this. It is useless. Right now, our primary focus isn't him, but the missing prince or princess. That doesn't mean we can afford to turn a blind eye to Crossbow Mine. I'm not sure who either crashes there is or disappears is connected in any way. Whatever the answer is, we won't our focus and everybody turns to him, you won't be alone confronting him. Don't try running off alone, alright? Don't worry, I won't dare. I'm aware there's so much I can do alone. Hee, good, because your friends are here to help you in times of need, and you'll definitely need us here. Oh, then we get back to gathering info. That'd be wise. The more we can, the better. Then let's go. Me and your little bunny are ready to go. Indeed, we can't let the rest of Class 7 be the ones working hard. I'll be here, whatever you need. 5 scoops. Get me this recipe. Very berry ice cream. Hell yeah. Did we get anything of note other than these things? I'll just give you this too. Cause why the hell not? These 3 they go for stuff. Let's go to Modder Park. This is where we can meet, I believe, him. Modder Park was not like made in CS3, CS4. It was in Cold Steel 1, I believe.
Modder Park is a popular spot to relax and unwind.
Don't I know it? I've taken some good-ass naps here. Oh, and there he is.
His music is always so beautiful.
Finding him sure didn't take long, huh?
Okay. Press squeeze juice. Another recipe to the list. Pigeon.
How tranquil this place usually is. I can't help but always think of when the ILF made a mess of it.
Ah, memories.
I remember being terrified when the princess and I were kidnapped at the time, but it feels like more a distant memory now. Every story I hear about you reminds me how strong a person you truly are.
Alright, let's see what... We could change up our teams a bit. Should this be fine? I think this is fine, right? No? Yes? Maybe? I don't know.
Here I go!
It's been a while since we've seen Millium as playable. Millium hasn't been playable since CS3. Yeah, for those wondering, this was an incident back in CS1, near the end of Chapter 3, where the terrorists were trying to liberate both Elise and Alfin. Very despicable of the Liberation Front. And then we saw the first C for the first time. And if you guys play Cold Steel, you would know who the first C was, so... Anyway. Crystal Garden's one of the largest tourist attractions in the city. Seeing no one outside, we could probably just ignore it.
Huh. This should be a good fishing spot.
What a bite! Nice! It's a whopper!
It's a whopper! Nothing of note. Alright, anyway, let's go to visit Elliot Krieger. From Craigslist, I'm just kidding. This is quite the crowd. There's this tune. Not bad. Looks like so much fun. Come at the perfect time then. Let's get a better view. Alright, to make things a lot faster, I'm not gonna voice his friends, but I'll voice Elliot's. Because if I did voice them, we'd be here forever. And these are indeed Elliot's group friends that he told us about in CS1.
I think I'm with them on this one.
Oh, voice of Yuma Cocohead, the recent game I played. Rainco, not the best game of the Danganronpa series, but pretty decent game for like many fans.
It's not often our ensemble comes together this perfectly.
Nope, we're all feeling it to the point where it felt natural to play as one. I haven't voiced Elliot in a while, so it's gonna be very rusty. I think you two were so into it, and we forgot we had an audience. It's all about the music. The music still hasn't changed. He literally hasn't changed his personality since CS1. It's still the same as is. This was the CS4, I believe. In one of his bonding things in CS4. Exactly, you're back to your old selves now, right? Good thing too, because today wouldn't have gone nearly as well without you. Oh! She'll makes it sound like you'll be flying in circles around me if I don't pick up the slack. Oops, got sidetracked. I've spotted a few familiar faces among the odds. Meant to say hello sooner.
Sorry for making you wait, but I'm glad you stuck around for the show. What'd you think? No need to be polite. Tell us how we really did.
You did. Average.
I thought it was brilliant. You were in perfect harmony with one another.
I was genuinely speechless.
Yeah, almost hurts that I wasn't able to catch the start of it.
I'll take that.
I just see you found Jusis in Millium too. Indeed. Not too long before coming here. Hehe, now we're all together. Sorry, it feels like we drag you all over our way. It's the first time we've seen each other as a whole. I couldn't pass it up with all of us being in Heimdallr now. Oh, see, they went to the Reverie company. I see. Didn't know they started one, imagine me top notch to be accepted. Huh, makes sense. I'm just glad you found a way to keep playing music that makes you happy. The thing that makes me happy is that the four of us can go on tour together in the future, so hope we can. Well, I guess his career is finally set out then. Sure we could figure something out though. By the way, I wasn't expecting to see Elise with you. How are you? Doing well, thank you. Your classes are surely miss. I haven't done that many, but it's a little nice of you to say. Nunny, you're a teacher? I think the girls mentioned that to me, come to think of it. You're a music lecturer at St. Estrella, correct? Provisional, but yeah. Still learning the ropes to showing the ropes. It's been a lot of fun so far. Ooh, I want you to teach me music, Elliot. Amazing. You can carve out the time. I see you have a knack at it. Lecture at the St. Estrella's? What's that story? Wink wink. Ha ha ha. I'll make sure they do. Hope rehearsal goes well. Yep, see you later. Smell you later. I guess it's time we got started. I heard gathered some useful info. That was fast. Where from? I spoke to a few fans that hit some Connection Music Academy. Seems like an Imperial Army soldiers have been spotted in town a lot more than usual these days. Wherever they're meeting up here is not on the docket. That is suspicious. Called Dad to see if he knew anything about it, but no luck there. Sounds like the prince's disappearance is top secret even when you go pretty high up. I got the feeling he knew something though, just that he wasn't sharing. It's very odd for soldiers to be having secret meetings while in uniform. Is it possible to be their foreign spies disguising themselves as soldiers? I don't see what idea would stand to gain from their actions. Yeah, I don't think it's that deep. I went Ash on this one. It wouldn't shock me if they were still in uniform while off the clock, because they were short on time. Something bothering you, Elise? There is, but I'd like to get my thoughts in order before sharing. Oh, alright then. All we got now is something smells fishy. Midoriya's instincts were absolutely onto something, yeah? It's too early to say certain for anything relates to C, but we should keep that back in mind just in case. Right, you never know when the pieces start coming together. The investigation continues then. Let's keep our eyes peeled. Alright, I believe we explored everything. And just like that, we got the band back together. I guess so. So any luck gathering info? Yes, now would be a good time to compare what we found. In that case, how we meet at the cafe inside the apartments are great. Let's head there. And while we're there, something happens at the same time in the other route. And
Am I imagining things?
Is something the matter?
Unclouded eye senses Ramda.
No, it's nothing.
And this is where we are now. It's a little early, but heck, I'm down for lunch. Forget tea time, how about meal time? Millium, I think you've eaten already. More than enough, I suppose. A call? Representative Regnitz. Greetings, Rain. My apology for counting at you blue like this. I was wondering by chance if you have met with the Class 7 by now. You didn't get together an investigation group in the cap not too long ago, in fact. Think you have some idea what's going on with us? More or less. It's not like back when the Intelligence Bureau was under direct control of the government. Man, it's wild that we're direct line of head to the government, huh? About that, there's a matter of importance I must discuss with you all. Assuming you haven't eaten lunch yet. I'd love to discuss it over lunch. I am not knowing what voice I should give to this guy, but whatever. Great timing, let's all grab a bite sometime. It'll be our pleasure. Heh, much appreciated. I'll be waiting at the Heimdallr Hotel in the Garnier district. Oh, please don't feel to be rushed. I have plenty of time. Alright, thank you as always. Representative Regnitz wants to discuss something with us directly. Perhaps he's learned something pertaining to the incident. Right away, I think we can count on something very juicy. Heimdallr, right? Just a fancy hotel in the Garnier district. Lunch at a hotel? Consider me pumped. How about you, Jusis? Please, I'm begging you, don't forget your table manners. Seems like we still have a bunch of free time. Best to tie up any loose ends threads now while we still have the chance. Alright, this could be going on to investigate the Garnier district. Let's head to the hotel. So I'm pretty sure that's gonna be it for everything. We're not completely locked just yet, so we got one place to go, which is the Garnier district.
I don't sense anyone following me now. So why did I sense it before?
Did something happen, Rain?
Looks like the timing is imperfect right now. The timing is imperfect.
There's the opera house. Remember when we used to only know Vita as a singer here, Elliot?
Vita.
Her world felt so far away, but now we've been on the same stage. They actually invited me to come back too, so I'll save you guys a seat.
Nice, looking forward to it.
Alright. Either way, it's pretty nice that the Aaron Village, Witch Nina,
The jewelry they got inside these babies is always so pretty. Pretty enough to buy for me. Right, Jusis?
Oh no.
Ask me again in a decade.
You got it, Sugar Daddy. I'm
What?
gonna hold you to it. Just don't go broke so you can splurge on me.
You're ridiculous.
The way they interact is so sweet.
What did he say? Ask me again in a decade. And I can't believe she said sugar daddy. I'm fucking done with this. I'm fucking done. The lines are so good in this game. I understand. My god, the lines are so good. Alright. Now the part is where this is important story focus. I'm gonna save the game just in case, because it's gonna be pretty long. It leads up to scenes. We're scheduled to have lunch with Representative Regnitz at this hotel. Still got time to spare. I wonder if we should head in early. Cause the main story event. Heimdallr will be inaccessible as any subjects will need yet to be seen. Which is the perfect time to actually end off a lot of this. Alright, go to enter Durmheimel.
Thank you for coming.
Representative Regnitz, Machias's dad.
Not at all. Thank you for inviting us.
And Princess Alfin. Rise Arner, by the way.
I'm so happy I get to see your faces again.
Your Highness.
What brings you here, Your Highness? I should very much be asking you the same thing. All this, and you're being forced to place yourself in harm's way for my brother. I'm so sorry for not consulting you first. Yes, as you ought to be. I'm your best friend. I could have thanked you much sooner, Elise, had you not kept this a secret from me. Then you won't stop me? Stop you? Heaven forbid. As soon as Representative Regnitz informed me of the details, I chose to accompany him of my own volition. I cannot bear to ignore a matter that involves my family. So please, let me do my part. Let me be part of your team.
I'd like that very much.
You've always been a part of the team, Your Highness.
Well, this has come to a fine resolution, but it won't do to begin discussions on an empty stomach. Why don't we have some lunch first?
You won't hear any objections from me.
I could definitely use a bite.
Alright then. That really hits the spot. I can hardly believe you finished it all. Your stomach really is a void. I can see who can eat more between you or Maya. I can't blame you though. The quality of a first-class hotel's food is not to be underestimated. Yeah, I didn't think you'd come to a place like this on my food tour. You must have really liked it too, Tilly. You ate a ton. I'm a growing girl just as much as you are. Well, I'm glad you both enjoyed it. Shall we get down to business then? First, I wanted to discuss the disappearance of the prince and new princess. With what we have now, we believe it was a work of a terrorist who goes by sea. This is the voice I'm probably going to give to Alfin. I wish we could say more about them, but I'm afraid we know very little. They're leader of the so-called Reborn Imperial Liberation Front. They also look slightly different from the sea we dealt with in the past. And speaking of which, I like your take on the Mattering. Do you believe the new sea and the original sea are the one and the same? I'll admit, I haven't been able to get in touch with Crow to confirm for sure. But I am very convinced that no, they are not the same person. I was sticking the same. This new one has mimicked the original style in their statement, but I think Crow has left those days behind for good. Relieved to hear you feel that way. Sounds like it's a safe bet, yeah? As the contents of this statement, they refer directly to His Highness. Their first target was the foolish prince in his wings, now bound to inaction. As does make it quite clear that they were responsible for the abduction, that is true. I would assume wings refer to the courageous. Vast as the Empire is, they're able to keep a ship of that size hidden from a sight. It's quite mystery in itself. He might have stealth capabilities, but that can only go so far on its own. It's impressive that he's able to keep its location in the Intelligence Division, even if it isn't at his former site. Oh, me and Tilly are still in it, though. Do you have any guys any new statement from C? I'm afraid not. That's not the only one. We've been trying to investigate this matter as best we can, but our foe is quite cunning. They won't let themselves be caught so easily. If only. Given the nature of this crime, we need to be exceptionally covert during our investigation. Naturally, the government cannot and will not leave this case unsolved. You will have our full backing however you choose to go about this. If you need of any military police assistance, you only need to ask. Thank you, Your Excellency. Now I'd like to discuss my primaries for summoning you here. Will that be the info you said you wanted to share when you called? That it would. That information was given to me by General Van Dyke, but Princess Alfin and Elise have also verified with their own experiences. But really? Does this relate to the thing you were concerned about when we met up with Elliot? Yes, it does. Allow me to explain. Students of St. Estrada come from many different backgrounds. We have many family in the military, including officers in general. That itself isn't a problem. Was that many of military family members have been reportedly acting strangely of late? What way? I do remember hearing rumors about that when I was in the school, too. Most of them seem reformists and young officers who idolize the late Chancellor, as if they refuse to settle back into the normality after the war's end. They're still addressing others with deep aggression and they're clearly very unhappy with the current state of the Empire. But the thing is that concerns most of all is the reaction to Crossbow's reoccupation. They aren't angry with their idea of a united nation. It's the opposite, in fact. They're in full support of it. Nunny? That's not a good... That is an understatement. What utter insanity. The success of a united nation would also mean the end of Erebonia. Precisely. I am a reformist, but nothing such of an extreme concept is nothing short of baffling to me. According to General Van Dyke, certain of them have been showing roaring signs of plotting something in light of this. Exactly what is something in detail is yet to confirm. It kind of turns out what me and Jusis and Elliot has found out too. Yeah. Okay, tell me what you discovered. Should our finds represented Regnitz? So soldiers holding covert meetings in the city and large amounts of supplies disappearing. It wouldn't surprise me if members of the army were defecting to the Ebon Defense Force. We need to look to potential points of contact between them. Reed also got a clear picture of what's going on after sharing all we know. How you put the pieces together we currently have together. The muck and mire gathers in Reverie City from C's statement refers to defecting members of the army. That makes sense. Statement did not mention that we would see the support of the United Nations for pay for crimes. It's all go find a place then. If there's really rebels in the army, then punishing them as C's goal. And we find first doesn't really matter because the other will be there. How convenient for us. Yeah, it sure is. I was glad to help you put on the right track. Class time will always come through in the end. Huh? Your Highness? Pardon me, if you don't have to worry. I'm the only one whose life is difficult right now. Should I ever ask you to rest, you wouldn't listen, but please be a little gentler to yourself, Your Highness. But the great mental burden is not leader family is safe and well not to be underestimated. But them missing also means that you have to carry on with the work that's normally given to them. You're going through too much for one to handle right now. If you are feeling unwell, we would like for you to consider taking some time off. Couldn't possibly. I'm in full agreement. Taking care of yourself as part of your duties is working. While you do that, you see to it that these crimes are solved. You have our word. I'll do what I can in your stead. See that Prince Alfin and Lady Shara are brought home as soon as possible. You put your trust in us. I suppose you're right. Perhaps resting isn't as part of much of my duties as well.
My heart is breaking for you, Your Highness. No one should have to handle a burden like this alone.
Reen? You're staring.
Oh, I'm sorry. That wasn't my intention.
Oh.
It wasn't my intention to scold you either. I'm well aware that you're being considerate of my feelings, and I appreciate it.
Goddamn harem.
I'm glad.
And you won't have to worry, Your Excellency. We're not sure exactly how the situation stands across, but I'm sure Machias is just fine. I concur. Take more than this to make him lose heart. Thank you both. I'll put on some similar faith in my son. I'm sure he's doing everything he can on the inside to see justice prevail. And as Elisa and Toa, I think we all feel the same way. They ain't got nothing to worry about as long as they have Supermaid with him. We're a whole super crew, so if they got things covered, then so do we. That's right. Alright then. Well, thank you all for your time. I'm glad we could exchange info. Very worthwhile meeting. We have to make our way back to the palace. Be careful on your journey, everyone. And counting on you, Elise. Thank you, Your Highness. Good luck. I'm always available if you need to get in touch. Jesus, the amount of talking just hurt my voice so much, though. Well, shall we get going then, too? Yes, let's. Something feels strange. Choosing to continue the main story to advance. It's not possible to go any further reading the story for a brief period. Something wrong? Probably not. I've just probably got a weird feeling. Feels like something's in my pocket. It wasn't there before. What is this? Huh? That's a weird looking mirror. Since when did you carry one of those around? Since never. This isn't mine. It's in my pocket somehow. Are you certain? I doubt anyone could slip something in your pocket without you noticing. Well, nothing gets by you, Reen. I have a clue how this guy here, but there has to be a reason behind it. Though I can't imagine it just connects in any way to the princess's disappearance or what's happening in Crossbow. I can't very well do nothing. I have a clue to what to do with it. That means we are currently locked. So back to the Trails to Walk system. It does seem we can't really, progress any further. So what that means is that there's only one route that we gotta proceed. And that's the Lloyd route. So yeah, next time on Trails into Reverie. We're doing the Lloyd route, finally. And see what happened after the Crossbow occupation. Or liberation, technically. I'll see you guys all next time.